MashaAllah, huh? Remember? You own your clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, what do you own on your clothes?
Surah Al-An'am. We talked about how everything in the heaven and the earth belongs to Allah. And when something belongs to someone, there is a relationship between the owner and what he owns. Right? And remember what we said, that I think we talked about Mustafa a lot. We said Mustafa owns his clothes, or Mahmoud. Which one did you
Mahmoud.
Mahmoud? Yeah, we sit in the same place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mahmoud owns his clothes. But does Mahmoud own his clothes, and does he need his clothes?
Yeah.
Yes. Does his clothes need him?
No.
No. But when Allah owns the universe, the whole creation, does Allah need his creation? No.
No.
Does the creation need Allah?
Yeah.
Yes. And remember we said that Mahmoud cannot really be independent in his ownership of the clothes, right? He's got to, people to help him with the clothes, to wash the clothes, and maybe iron the clothes, and you have to buy the clothes from someone, and so forth, right?
Yeah.
So he needs help in his ownership, right?
Yeah.
But does Allah need help in his ownership?
No.
No. Okay? So now, we came from that understanding that everything in the heaven and the earth belongs to Allah, and everything needs Allah, and everything that is happening in the heaven and the earth happens with the will of Allah. So when Allah commands for something to happen, it happens. Exactly at the right time, the right place, the right condition. Okay? There is nothing that happens by chance. Everything happens exactly as it is designed to happen. There is nothing happen by coincidence. When a leaf in the fall time falls in the ground, and you see the air is taking it and moving it right and left, it will end up exactly how Allah designed it to end up. It is written in a book when the leaf will fall, and how it falls, and where it ends up at the end. Okay? So everything in the heaven and the earth designed by Allah, and with a specific way. Now, when something happens, you tell me, when you want to do something, what qualities should you have, or what qualities do you have to be able to do what you do?
Intention.
Intention, okay. That's before you start moving. But what quality do you have when you start doing something? Let us say you're going to write a paragraph. Okay? Tell me what qualities you should have.
Writing skills.
Before that.
What you gonna write about?
Before that.
A pencil. Oh, no, that's not cool.
That's why. That's fine. You're holding a pencil.
Knowing
Paper.
How to write.
Huh?
Knowing how to write.
Knowing how to write. Okay.
Paper.
A paper.
Table.
A
For something to
table.
write on.
A table.
A place to write it.
A place to write it. But what about you? Tell me about you. You need to have.
Knowledge.
A topic. A theme.
A mind.
The knowledge.
You have to have a mind. You have to have a knowledge. You have to have some kind of a power. Power, why? Because you're holding the pen and moving. Right? That's a power. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Things that you don't quite think about. Like when you move and you need power. You're a powerful person. Yes, you need some power. Right? What else? Can you get the on the table you get the paper and put the first line at the beginning of the table like this? Here is the table, the edge of the table, the desk. You get the paper and put it right in the edge like that, and you hold the paper with left hand and write the first line, and then move it to the second line and write, and nothing under the paper except the one that you write on, the line that you write it on.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that?
The paper's gonna, you won't be able to write.
So what quality do you need to have to be able to do it
A
right?
space large enough
sense.
for the paper?
Common sense.
Common sense.
Oh.
It's like what? Like wisdom. What is wisdom?
Somebody, like, like, have knowledge.
Not knowledge alone
People
will make you wise.
People who like have experience.
You know, I have a lot of knowledge about marriage and a lot of information about marriage, let's say. So I'm going to a wedding and they told me give a speech. So I give a speech about divorce. I have a lot of knowledge, right? I'm going to tell you everything about divorce. But what is that? So what else do I need to
That's a
do?
depressing one.
So it's not knowledge alone. What do we need with knowledge?
The right time to do it.
Thoughtfulness.
The right time to do it. And the right what?
The right place.
The right place.
Uh,
You understand? Okay. I am going to a wedding. They asked me to give a speech. It will be about
Divorce.
it will be about marriage, about happy things, about good things and make people feel good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now, why am I making this example? وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. Because now we think of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has all the epitome of attributes. So I said you have to have power to write, right? Allah is the most powerful. So you have to have wisdom, how to put the paper and this and that. Allah is the most
Wise.
wise. What is the most means?
no
The-
one can be more.
You cannot even begin to understand how wise
Think
Allah
of
subhanahu
it.
wa ta'ala is. You understand? You just begin to understand it, but there is no way you can capture it. So, okay. Now,
Is a question here?
No.
Oh, okay.
so now, there is an attribute that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has that all the other attributes are under it. All the other attributes are under it.
He's merciful.
Is the merciful, Ar-Rahman. Yes. Every attribute of Allah has Rahmah in it. Has Rahmah in it. Okay? So what is the next part of the verse? كتب على نفسه الرحمة. He made Rahmah, mercy, an obligation on himself. See how merciful this is, how beautiful this is. Allah makes something obligatory upon himself, which is what? Rahmah, mercy. Okay. In Surah Al-Fatiha, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts the Quran. The first time you read the Quran, you read Surah Al-Fatiha, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Like, the first attributes you meet is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Okay? Okay, now, could someone give me an example of the mercy of Allah?
Giving us life.
Given us life. Okay, life is mercy from Allah. What else?
Like he could have destroyed all the people that are non-Muslim and stuff, but he didn't. He gives them a chance.
So he gives the chances to those who are disbelievers. Okay,
He forgives.
he forgives. He's the most forgiving. But you're going to give me all the attributes has rahmah in it.
He's loving.
Now give me an example of the rahmah of Allah. An example, something tangible.
He created sleeping. You can sleep and rest.
You could sleep and rest. Isn't this rahmah?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you cannot sleep, what would happen?
He'd
Die.
be tired.
Tired. Yeah. You'll be a zombie most likely. Huh? What else?
He gave us like places to live, like houses.
Oh, he gave us
Places to live, the whole earth, I'm telling you.
Gave us something.
The planet to live on.
Alright, give us food.
I was gonna
Food
say
to
that.
eat.
Gave us knowledge.
Knowledge you have, huh?
I was gonna say the food thing.
Yeah, the
Oh,
food thing.
rain.
Yeah. Huh?
Rain.
Rain, water. Huh?
I think the biggest one is knowledge.
Knowledge.
Because, like,
And what separates us from animals is that we have the
Yeah.
ability to choose.
Yes. Okay, but now I have a problem. I have a problem with what you're saying. What you said is good and right, but there is something missing here. What you said, everything shares.
Does it? Okay.
Everything share what you just said. The animals, they share what you said. They sleep, they eat, they drink, they have a place to stay, all of this. The fish in the sea, the same thing. The kafir, the disbelievers, the same thing. Should we say the rahmah of Allah reaches disbelievers?
yeah.
Very good. So now, is there something missing here?
Like what?
Can you tell what I'm getting at here? Are you equal to a disbeliever?
No.
No.
We get more in the hereafter.
Net.
It must be the rahmah of Allah cannot be equal with the disbelievers, right?
Right.
Okay, that's good. Abdelhady said, in the hereafter, the believers get a special rahmah. And by the way, that is what Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim means. Ar-Rahman is the merciful, Ar-Rahim the specially merciful. Okay, so but there is an issue here.
Dunya Rahim al-Akhirah? Or is it the other way around?
Well, but if we say specially merciful, it does not have to do with al-akhirah only. It has to do with this life as well. Because I'll be living in this life, worshiping in this life, and some people who are gambling and drinking and all of this, and I'll receive in this life the same rahmah as they are.
Like making.
It has to be something special.
Like making drinking haram, so we don't get like our bodies don't get damaged from it.
But again, example of how the mercy reaches you, how it reaches you. I understand what you're saying. So it'll be in a good condition. So the rahmah that Allah put on us is special, giving us the knowledge of the do's and the don'ts. You do this and you don't do so, our life becomes better. Good. What else? Okay. Didn't you know about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Did you hear that story about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? His
Yeah.
life story?
Yeah.
Always, since you were babies, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was an orphan. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was poor. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam became a messenger of Allah, and then he had difficulties. Had difficulties. And the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in Mecca, and they boycotted them. They put them in somewhere in an area. They would not give them food, water for 3 years. Nothing. They had a lot of difficulties. Now, the people outside of that area in Mecca, they were disbelievers, right? They had nice food, they had nice clothes, they had nice water, nice everything, living an easy life. And the Muslims for 3 years were having difficulty. So the general mercy was reaching the disbelievers, right? But was the general mercy reaching the believers? They had difficulty what? Eating. Difficulty finding food and so forth. So, where is the rahmah? Here.
Yep. Oh, well, the disbelievers are going to go to hellfire in the end.
Okay. The disbelievers will not go to Jannah, and the believers. But in this life,
We have assurance.
we have assurance. What is the assurance?
that as long that no matter how bad this life will be, we always know that in the end, eventually.
So what does the assurance make you, gives you? What does it give you?
Hope.
Hope.
Or what hope does for you?
It
Energy.
empowers you.
Keeps you going.
That is a special mercy. Excellent. That's a special mercy, right? The disbelievers do not have. Let me give an example. You know Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Remember when he left Mecca, went to Ta'if to give them da'wah. And at Ta'if, they refused him. They stoned him. They killed him with stones. He had to leave Ta'if. Could not go back to Mecca. Imagine Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one who is the most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he's doing the best work on earth to give people the knowledge about Islam. And the people of Mecca pushed him out, the people of Ta'if pushed him out, and he has no place to go, and he's bleeding because people are stoning him. So you think that the person who is the most beloved, doing the best work, would have the best time, right? Right? But yet he's having a lot of difficulties. Does that mean the rahmah does not reach Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
No.
No. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in the rahmah of Allah, special rahmah. Who would know it the most? Who would know it the most?
Ya Rasul.
Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You understand? So what I'm telling you is, you could see Muslimin who are on the right path, doing the right thing and so forth, and doing the work of Allah, and they will go through a lot of difficulties. But you never think that the rahmah of Allah is not with them. It is with them more than anyone. Why? Because Allah is close to them, and they're close to Allah because of what they're doing. Do you know what happened at that time? When Rasulullah left Ta'if, and he could not go here or there for a while.
An angel asked him to just like smash the mountains.
Right, yeah, bring the two mountains together. Muhammad said no. Maybe from their children their children will grow to become Muslims. And they did right now. Ta'if, they're a Muslim place, right? So the people of Ta'if now, they're saying we are the answer of the dua of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also, the jinn came around during that time, that period of time, and listened to the Quran as it was recited. And they accepted Islam. They came, some of them went to their people, meaning people are the kind of jinn, and they brought them to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they accepted Islam. So mankind, they rejected Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam at that time, but who believed? The jinn. Who knows now this? Only?
Us.
Now, yes, but at that time, at that time, Rasulullah sallam, the jinn and Allah, right? Okay, that's so special, right? Okay, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went to sleep. Okay, after what happened on Ta'if, he was able to go back to Mecca, and at night, Jibreel alayhi salam came to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, took him up to Isra and Mi'raj. You know the surah about Isra and Mi'raj? When Rasulullah ﷺ went up and went to the heavens and so forth, okay, and went to Bayt al-Maqdis and prayed with all the messengers of Allah, and came back to Mecca at night, before dawn. So, does anyone know about this?
No.
No. Now, people are giving Muhammad ﷺ a hard time, but Rasulullah ﷺ, the special mercy, took him to Allah, took him to see the messenger, took him to pray as an imam to all the messengers. You understand? That's a special mercy. Very special mercy. Okay. Don't you sometimes see, and this is for you guys, don't you sometimes see kids like you little things happen to them and sort of devastates them. Little things, you know. We'll be crying, doing this, or in a bad mood, hitting stuff. Why? Because my shoes I just bought it and something went on it or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I met people like that. You sometimes see people, if they get a flat tire, they get out and slam the door and kick the tire and do this and curse about this, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you find some brothers or sisters, they having so much difficulties, and you find what? Smile. Okay? What is the difference between the two? The difference is what's happening in the chest. In your chest, when you take in things and take it easy, and Allah put peace in you, and things will be very difficult, but you take it in an easy way, that is a special mercy. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when Allah was telling the benefit that Allah has given to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the first one he said is, Alam nashrah laka sadra. Then we put ease in your chest. That means that ease in the chest of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was so special. Was so special. And made him to handle any kind of difficulties. Right? Okay. That is a special rahmah. That is a special rahmah. That one who is not close to Allah does not get it. Okay. Let's talk about someone else who has very close to Allah, had a special rahmah, special mercy, and had so much difficulties. Maryam alayhi salam. Okay. What was so special about Maryam when she was young, before she got pregnant?
She was patient. Oh, she was not pretty.
Huh?
I don't know.
She was patient. Wait,
Okay.
she was a slave?
No, she was not a
She's the
slave.
king's daughter.
Exactly.
Okay. وَإِذْ قَالَتِ الْمَلَائِكَةُ يَا مَرْيَمُ. When the angels told Maryam, إِنَّ اللَّهَ اصْطَفَاكِ وَطَهَّرَكِ وَاصْطَفَاكِ عَلَى نِسَاءِ الْعَالَمِينَ. What does that mean? Allah اصْطَفَاكِ. Allah have chosen you. وَطَهَّرَكِ. And purified you. وَاصْطَفَاكِ. And have chosen you. Again. عَلَى نِسَاءِ الْعَالَمِينَ. Upon them, all the women in the world. No woman is more pure than you. You are the purest one, and Allah have chosen you from all women in the world ever. So she is what? What is the quality that she has that's so beautiful and great?
Purity.
Purity. Purity. She's so pure, right? Okay. If you are very smart, the smartest one in your school, what is the worst thing that would happen to you, a quality somebody call you with?
Nerd.
Stupid.
Stupid. Or nerd. Well, stupid. You know, you're getting straight A's, you passing this, you doing that, you broke all the records, and they call you a stupid one. What is that? Okay. So, Maryam alayhi salam, she was the most pure, and what did they call her? What did they accuse her
Ugly
with?
without being
Right?
adultery,
Adultery. Because she had a son without
being married.
being married, without a husband. Right?
Right.
So you would think that the person that Allah loves, Allah chooses, Allah purifies from the whole world will have the best of time, right? Mm-mm. She gets accused in something that you could never imagine that she would be accused with. Why? Because she is the most pure, right? So she got pregnant, miraculous pregnancy. She went away from her people. She locked herself in the place of worship. Allah would send her food, and her womb is getting bigger and bigger, and nobody knows. And now she's walking alone, far away from everybody. And now the pressure is so much, and now she's sitting under a palm tree, and she's delivering a baby. What did she say as she was delivering? She said, "Oh, I wish I was dead. I wish I was dead. I wish I would have been something to be forgotten." That means the pressure is so what? So much. You know that pressure of delivery and pressure of what she's going to do now. She's going to have a baby, walking around with a baby, right? So what happened? Where did the special mercy came?
From Sayyidina Isa.
Exactly. What did he say?
He said, he like talked and told the people,
Before the people.
Oh.
Before the people. As
he
soon as she
told, don't
delivered.
worry.
Yes. Do not be sad. The first thing he told her, do not be sad. In the most of tafsir, the one who said that was Isa alayhi salam. Okay, say, do not be sad. So now, the perception is she's having so much difficulties. The mercy of Allah is not reaching her. This is the perception. But the reality is what? She having a very special mercy. Okay? And then he told her, don't worry, don't be sad. There's water under you. Drink the water. Hit the palm tree with your hand. A date will drop. Eat the date. Eat and drink and be calm. And then now she's thinking, but eventually she's going to meet her people. What is she going to say? She's carrying a baby. Then he told her, when you see people, say, I am fasting from talking today. I'm not going to talk. So she knew that he was the one who's going to talk about and clear her from this. So she went to her people. They said, how could you? How would you do this? So فأشارت إليه, she pointed at him. They said, how could we talk to a baby in the cradle? He said, Inni Abdullah. I am the servant of Allah. Atani al-kitab, give me the book, and so forth. And he talked in the grave. The point here, the special mercy came to Maryam alayhi salam. Okay? When the most difficult issues came upon her, that no one would experience like this in the whole world. Okay? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his manners was the best. He said, I came as a messenger to perfect the best of manners. And they said that he was crazy. What is a crazy person?
Someone who doesn't think right.
Does not think right. So what would he do?
Make irrational decisions.
So he would make the wrong decision.
Yeah.
So he will do the wrong thing in the wrong place at the wrong time, right?
Right.
Okay? Because he's crazy. His mind is not working right. What is the one who has the best of manners?
The same person.
Who does what?
Makes the right decisions at the right place at the right time.
Right? So when Muhammad ﷺ said that he has the best of manners, and they call him
Crazy.
crazy. You understand that?
Yeah.
You understand that? So what I'm telling you here is, guys, the special mercy to you as Muslimin, it doesn't mean that you're going to have, nice this and nice that, and good this and good that, and have no problems. Not necessarily. It could mean the opposite. The more special you are, the more difficulties you're going to get. But the more difficulties you're going to get, the more special mercy you will receive. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay? This is very special understanding, guys. Very special understanding. Okay? Because the one who doesn't understand that from the outside looks at the disbelievers and says, look at how they're having this and that. And look at Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's having difficulties, having this, and what is that, right? They do not understand what is the reality. They have only a perception. So, you look at the life of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the environment. When Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam became a messenger of Allah, and he went to Medina and built the masjid. Okay, tell me what happened. Did the environment change?
Nah.
How?
People welcomed him.
Okay, but the environment. Okay,
You
let me
became
put it
Muslims.
this way. Let me put it this way. When we say, look at a civilization. A civilization, we call it a civilized country. Describe a civilized country to me.
There's a stable government, stable economy, not a lot of crimes,
Indoor bathrooms.
Indoor bathrooms.
low poverty rate, low unemployment rate.
High literacy rate.
And it's developed.
Developed how?
Like a developed, like all around there's houses and buildings, roads.
People treat each other
Jobs.
kindly.
What else, guys? Do you see that?
Quote justice.
Do you see that two different categories you talked about?
Yes.
Okay, you talked about humanity and you talked about physical things, right?
Right.
And most people these days, you only talk about physical things. A civilization that you have music, you have the arts, you have lofty buildings, you have good cars, you have this and that, and this to them is civilization. But you look at the life of Rasulullah ﷺ, in a physical way, in the environment, was the same. When he became a messenger and then after he died, or when he died, nothing much changed. There were still outdoor bathrooms, right?
Yeah.
There was still, the masjid is still when it rains, the rain comes into the masjid, right? Very primitive. They would get the cat out, before the prayer, and clean it up. Just
The
brush
cat.
it. Huh?
The cat.
Cat, yeah, if it's open, cats will come around or things like that. Yeah.
A cat is a feline.
The masjid
Usually
was made
domestic.
from palm trees.
Okay. Palm trees, as columns, and then just leaves on top. You understand? And yes, there was some mud brick. The wall was mud brick. You understand? So the point here is, Rasulullah ﷺ and the companions were the most civilized people in the world, ever in history. The most civilized people in history. But their life, when they were ignorant people, to the time, of course, the companions, and the time became the best people, physically, the environment around them was the same. But from the inside, they were different people. They changed completely. They knew what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. As Abdelhady said, the money matters, the poverty race, this and that. They knew what to do to make a human being, make a difference in the life of a human being. You understand? Guys, sometimes we say, Muslims, we are the first one who made indoor plumbing. And I go, okay. We're the one first built the best domes in Europe. Okay.
Wait,
Don't forget algebra.
You understand? Oh, it's okay. You wanna do, but I can tell you. Well, the Pharaoh built something better.
Pyramids.
We don't know how it was built. That's how miraculous it is. But guess what? He's in his grave in hellfire right now. Right? We know that for sure. So that did not help him any. The point I'm making here, I'm not putting, the idea of advancement, physical advancement, I'm not putting it down, boys. No. It is good that you become knowledgeable and make a difference in the life of people, physical differences and so forth, make life easy for people. But I'm saying, but that is not the issue that would make a difference in humanity. What makes a difference in humanity and makes a difference in the hereafter is who you are from the inside and your relationship with Allah and the manners that you carry that Rasulullah ﷺ showed us. Okay? That is how you receive the special rahmah. Okay? You find people who look at the physical things, okay, and material life, okay, they don't have the special rahmah. So from the outside, you get the perception that they are really having but they are getting the general rahmah, right? but the special rahmah they're not getting. So if you get the special rahmah and not much of the general rahmah, that's better. There's no problem with that. You find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, Surah Al-Rahman, Allah saying, هذه جهنم التي يكذب بها المجرمون يطوفون بينها وبين حميم آن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. What is فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان means?
It means like which of these favors that Allah gives you do you like reject or
Yes,
don't
meaning
accept?
here's all the favors. How could you reject? Okay, when you have the favors of Allah upon you, right? But here is Allah talking about what? Talking about Allah saying, this is hellfire. The criminals and the wrongdoers and disbelievers, they denied it. They are in it now and going around it in it. And then Allah says, which is the bounty of Allah that would you deny? What bounty is this?
His mercy.
How?
It's punishing people.
It's punishing people. Right? So what is the where is the mercy here?
I think there's still mercy in it.
Yes.
That's the question.
But how?
Wait,
They
what's the
deny.
question?
Okay, you read Surah Ar-Rahman. He's the one who's the Lord of the East and the West, and you see the sea and the treasure that comes out of it, and you see the ship is on it. Oh, what بأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان? Which of the bounty of your Lord you deny? All these good things, right? And all of a sudden, here's a hellfire that the disbelievers are in it and being punished. And which of the bounty of your Lord you
Because
deny?
they rejected everything that Allah gave them.
Okay, but where's the bounty here?
Everything on earth.
But Allah connected this with this. What is the connection? When you read it, how do you understand the bounty?
Like, Allah's reminding you of everything good, but He's also telling you, like, don't forget there's also...
MashaAllah. Another word, when Allah reminds you with hellfire, that's part of His mercy. You understand that? When Allah reminds you with hellfire, that's part of His mercy. Right? Don't we all understand that?
Yeah.
Your parents, sometimes they tell you what?
Don't do this.
You know what I'm going to do. You know this,
Real
right?
consequences. Yeah.
Yeah, because of what? The rahmah.
Because they don't want it to happen to you.
Exactly, right? Okay, listen now. Back here, after you understood this. If you get somebody talking to you and only talking to you about the good things that Allah is having for you in the hereafter, did He give you the whole message? No. Did He give you the whole rahmah? No. Okay, a person come in here and remind you is hellfire. Is that rahmah?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you understand that?
Wait, how's that?
Because He has reminded you with hellfire, so you'll be aware of it.
He hasn't told you what happens in there. For all you know, if you don't know what the hellfire is, it could be a good place.
Well, no.
He didn't explain it.
No, He was talking to you about the punishment.
Oh, talking about it. Oh,
Talking
okay,
about it
okay.
and so forth.
That's coming in and saying.
That's part of the rahmah. You understand? Part of the rahmah. Okay? Because I don't want you guys sometimes, sometimes people when they hear about the punishment and all this, they say what?
Let's say like
Why don't you talk about something else? You understand? We all need that every once in a while. When you look at the Quran, Allah talks about paradise and then He talks about hellfire. Allah talks about believers and then He talks about disbelievers and non-believers. You understand?
Evening out.
Exactly, that balance is always in the Quran. Right? We cannot talk about one and not the other. And if someone talks about hellfire all the time, that's not
good.
right either. You understand? Okay. So the last point I'm making here is talking about the punishment of Allah is part of mercy that Allah has upon us. Why? Because when we know that we go and there is a punishment there, so we will straighten out. So that is a rahmah to know that there is a punishment, and as well as a rahmah when we know that there is a reward. Okay? Any?
I just remember one more question.
Yes.
So, if like, does everything get judged, like plants and like everything, since plants are living?
No, because you don't have it.
No, because they don't have it.
Yeah, they don't have the
Power
ability
of
to choose.
opinion.
They don't
Okay,
choose
but like
if someone rips them apart.
on that topic. Like,
Okay, okay. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was walking with Ali radiallahu anhu. And then a sheep, okay? Two sheep were there. One sheep had horn, the other one didn't. The one who has horn went back, went and hit the other one with it.
Oh, I know this.
Okay? What? Go ahead.
Like Allah will let the animals get paid back on the other one. And
Allah will see the dispute among them. The day of judgment, that dispute will be solved, right? Okay? And but they will not punish all the animals will become dust.
like
And the
whenever-
disbelievers will say, we wish we were dust.